speaker, my comrade in UAW Local 2325, Sophia Goulet.
Hi, my name is Sophia. I'm with UAW Local 2325. We are being subpoenaed by Congress precisely because we passed a solidarity resolution in support of Palestinian liberation and an end to Israeli occupation, apartheid, and genocide. We believe in a liberated Palestine from the river to the sea. We're also here part of the Labor for Palestine National Network, which is a coalition of 30 different rank-and-file caucuses throughout the United States in support of, again, a free Palestine from the river to the sea. As part of the Labor for Palestine National Network, these are our key demands, and we think that all workers here at Labor Notes should be organizing for these demands. They include demanding an immediate end to the siege on Gaza and to all U.S. military aid for Israel, following the example of Block the Boat, ILWU, West Coast dockers, and workers around the world who refuse to build or transport weapons destined for Israel, and respecting the Palestinian-led boycott, divestment, and sanctions BDS picket line by severing ties with Israel's racist labor federation, the Histadrut, and its U.S. mouthpiece, the Jewish Labor Committee, and by divesting from Israel bonds and industries connected with Zionist settler colonialism and occupation. We believe that we have to move beyond ceasefire. Workers actually have the power to stop this genocide, and we have to move beyond just pushing our politicians to stop, because clearly they are not in any way accountable to the workers in the United States or throughout the world. We have to support our Palestinian trade union siblings who have been demanding since October that we actually stop arming Israel, that we end Western complicity with Zionism. We as workers have the power to actually stop the manufacturing, the designing, the research, the transportation of these weapons. We really should be following the lead of ILWU, who have for years been stopping the transportation of weapons. All workers, even if you aren't ILWU, even if you aren't working in these industries, should be organizing along with Labor for Palestine National Network. We can't just be demanding a ceasefire in our resolution. We have to be making our resolutions into an actual reality. So if you're interested in joining Labor for Palestine National Network, we have a bunch of flyers over here. We also have pins for Labor for Palestine. And I'm just happy to be here with y'all. Workers of the world unite to support Palestine.
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
I wanted to give a quick announcement to the marshals. We are ready to move into the street. The crowd has gotten large enough, and it is time, so let's move out into the street.
Streets, our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Alrighty, and our next speaker is another one of our lovely co-MCs, Sultana from ALU-DRC. And we're so excited to have her speak. Well, everybody welcome Sultana!
Our streets!
Whose street? Whose street? Whose street?
Our streets!
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 In our thousands, in our millions!
We are all Palestinians!
In our thousands, in our millions!
We are all Palestinians!
My name's Sultana. I'm an organizer in the Amazon Labor Union Democratic Reform Caucus. I'm also in New York City, Labor for Palestine. So the reason that Labor for Palestine National Network chose to have this rally today here at Labor Notes, at one of the biggest labor conferences of rank-and-file trade unionists in the world, is because this is an incredible opportunity to raise the importance of labor in the struggle for Palestinian liberation and bring all our union siblings together to stand in solidarity with the Palestinian General Federation of Trade Unions. The labor movement is a powerful and indispensable part of the liberation struggle in Palestine, as it has been in liberation movements throughout world history. We are all fighting the same systems of oppression, and we must unite our struggles. Labor must commit to organizing workers beyond workplace issues, pay, and terms and conditions. We have a huge responsibility to organize around wider political struggles for human rights, social justice, and democracy. Solidarity is how we will achieve collective liberation for ourselves and for the international working class. Comrades, solidarity is not a verbal position, a feeling, or a belief. Words are not enough. Resolution statements are not enough. Conferences are not enough.
Right.
Solidarity is an action word.
Yeah.
In a moment where the working class is fighting to rebuild a labor movement that is based on both class struggle, unionism, and working class internationalism, we have a critical role to play in the struggle to end the siege in Gaza, to end the occupation, and to free Palestine. As organized labor, we have the distinct ability to wield our collective power, to refuse that our labor be exploited to fund, fuel, and arm the genocide, to actually shut down production and distribution and stop the flow of capital to the Zionist war machine.
All right, yeah.
So we, the working class, must continue to show up and speak out in solidarity with the struggle for Palestinian liberation. We must stay committed to deepening the alliance between labor and the mass movement for Palestine, and we must hold ourselves responsible for doing the self-organizational work required to achieve revolutionary unity. Long live the resistance, free Palestine. So it's my pleasure to announce our next speaker, Emily from Student Workers at Columbia. Emily, are you here? Woo! Hello, comrades. My name is Emily. I'm a proud member of Student Workers of Columbia, UAW 2710. On April 18th, Manoush Shafiq, the president of Columbia, told the NYPD to arrest over 100 Columbia students, including members of our union. The protesting students and student workers had bravely held the Gaza Solidarity encampment on the lawn in the center of campus for 2 days, joined by hundreds of student and student worker picketers protecting their encampment, and a mass mobilization of other labor organizers and the community in the streets outside the campus. The encampment's demands include divestment of all Columbia University finances, including the endowment from corporations that profit from Israeli apartheid, genocide, and occupation in Palestine, complete amnesty from both legal charges and academic discipline for participants in and supporters of the encampment, and the Columbia 5, students suspended and evicted from their housing for attending a teach-in 3 weeks ago, as well as all students disciplined for attending protests on our campus over the last few months. This action and its repression is a labor issue. We participated in this action in solidarity with the Palestinian trade union movement's call for us to stand in solidarity with them. And we believe that divestment is a labor issue because all workers are hurt when we are forced to work for a boss that is complicit in genocide. NYPD arresting student workers on campus is a health and safety issue. Suspending and expelling and evicting students and student workers is a health and safety issue. This is why we want cops off campus. We are asking for your solidarity today in a rapid response to sign our union solidarity statement. I'm going to read you a URL. I am so sorry. tinyurl.com/CUPAL-solidarity. tinyurl.com/CUPAL-solidarity.
I want to quote from the statement that we are inviting all of you to sign. As workers, we stand in solidarity with our UAW union siblings and SWC who were arrested and face suspension. We call for their and their classmates' immediate reinstatement and for Colombia to drop all charges against them, both legal and academic. We deplore President Shafiq's actions and call for Colombia to immediately end the repression of protests. We believe the repression and criminalization of activists, students, professors, and workers across the country are violations of our elementary rights to free speech and protest. If left unchecked, these attacks on academic freedom and protest against genocide will pave the way for further measures that constrain civil liberties, not only for those at universities, but for civil society at large. The right to protest is necessary for every struggle, and the direct attack on this right is an attack on labor as well. An injury to one is an injury to all. If the Columbia students can be repressed for protesting, Columbia workers and all workers can too. Workers stand in full solidarity with the student movement. We will call on everyone who signs this statement to take further action with us soon. We call on NYC unions to join us at the pickets surrounding the encampment. The students who are still right now occupying that lawn. And we'll continue to do so until their divestment and amnesty demands are met. The UAW has the opportunity now to lead the labor movement in support of workers fighting against a national scandal and erosion of our civil liberties. Everyone here can do this by putting resources towards joining us in this struggle. Thank you all. Free Palestine and solidarity forever.
Thank you so much, Emily. We really want to extend extra support to Colombia during their deoccupation process right now. I wanted to add a message from the Chicago police. They are asking us to move in to this half of the road so that emergency vehicles can get behind you. They are requesting that we move in closer and occupy only half of the road. This is what was conveyed to me, and I am communicating it to you right now.
That's okay. We'll let the ambulance in when they go.
Beyond that, we have our next speaker coming up, Patricia from ATU 689, who's been leading us in some lovely chants. Welcome up, Patricia.
Thank you. Thank you. So hi everybody, I'm Patricia. I'm a transit worker from DC. I'm a member of ATU Local 689. I'm also a member of the Progressive Labor Party, which is a revolutionary communist party. So at our union meeting in November, we passed a resolution demanding an end to all military aid to Israel and calling for a ceasefire. Yeah, it was incredible. Many other organizations have called for ceasefires, but it's on us to understand that this isn't just about a ceasefire. This isn't just about Biden or Trump. This is about the economic system of capitalism that depends on our misery and exploitation to survive. This is about the U.S. government's desperation to control resources like oil, pipelines, and sea routes in the Middle East. And Israel serves as the U.S.'s policeman in the Middle East.
That's right.
So proxy wars between the U.S., China, Russia, and emerging capitalist powers like Iran will continue and grow unless we build an organization capable of destroying capitalism. We can build a better world. But it takes multiracial unity, and that's why we say Arab, Jewish, black and white, workers of the world unite. Arab, Jewish, black and white, workers of the world unite. That's right. So we're here today to show the role that organized labor can play in fighting racism and war. Nothing moves in this country without workers. If Brandon Johnson doesn't come to work, no one would notice. But if we don't all come to work, the whole country and world would notice. So we have to build that class consciousness to harness that power. And we know that there is growing fascism in the United States. And Brandon Johnson is a big part of that. He's not giving out permits for anyone to protest at the DNC. He's arresting, thank you, yes, Bill. He's arresting protesters whenever he gets a chance, and he's defending killer cops. But as I said, this goes beyond Brandon Johnson because there are no good politicians in a racist system. And we know that today we are here with millions of other people around the world standing and building this fight back. And we will continue to do that. I want everybody to check out our newspaper challenge. Can you hold it up? It's from the Progressive Labor Party. We are a revolutionary communist organization. We don't want to just free Palestine, we want to free everybody. Thank you.
My name is Jerry Scapacciolo. I'm chapter leader of Pride at Work, Massachusetts. We are the LGBT caucus of the AFL-CIO. I know there are a lot of us queers out here, but we're way past the time for letting our identity politics be the sole focus of our concern. I call any of you who are in Pride at Work to get our national constituency group to call for a permanent ceasefire. Come to the Pride at Work panel tomorrow and raise that demand. We can't rest, and I know we're not going to rest until Palestine is free, until there is no more death, no more destruction, no more rape and killing of children in Palestine. We can't have that anymore. We are not going to rest. Join the National Labor for Palestine National Network. We're building this organization. We have 30 chapters. We're not really quite chapters yet, but we have 30 groups that constitute us. And we want to be the voice of the rank and file of organist labor, calling for more than a ceasefire. A ceasefire is not enough. Absolutely not enough.
End the occupation now.
We are thankful for our comrades with the National Labor Network for a ceasefire. Thank you for being here. We need more. We need more than that. We have to stop military spending. We have to resist. We have to be on the streets. And that's where I know Johan will be.
Greetings, friends and comrades. I'm a proud member of the Rutgers Adjunct Faculty Union and an equally proud member of the Rutgers Faculty for Justice in Palestine chapter. I'm here with Labor for Palestine, and Labor for Palestine asks, why is Palestine a labor issue? One, an injury to one is an injury to all. The Israeli settler colonial regime is part of the same U.S.-backed system of racist state violence that brutalizes black, indigenous, people of color, and working class people around the world. Two, our tax dollars fund Israel. Israel's crimes are committed with more than $3 billion a year in bipartisan U.S. military aid. Three, our workplaces arm Israel. Many of our unionized factories, logistics, academia, tech, and other workplaces, without our consent, produce weapons, transportation, research, technology, and other materials for the genocidal Israeli regime. Four, our unions fund Israel. Our unions are already involved on the wrong side. Five, global working class solidarity is the only way to win. Six, workers can stop Israeli genocide. More than 50 years ago, Arab and black auto workers led a riot-clad strike and other actions to protest UAW complicity with Israel. Today, we can follow the example in respecting the boycott, divestment, and sanctions BDS picket line by protesting, bringing union resolutions, and above all, by mobilizing our collective power at the workplace. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Who's next?
So next up is Cliff from Roofer 36.
Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! My name is Cliff Smith.
I'm the business manager of the Roofers and Waterproofers Union Local 36 in Los Angeles. With 9 members of our union, travel to support this particular action. We're connected to Los Angeles Labor for Palestine, National Labor for Palestine. We were the first union in Los Angeles County Federation of Labor to bring a resolution demanding that our County Labor Federation call for a ceasefire. We are affiliated to the World Federation of Trade Unions. The World Federation of Trade Unions, representing 100 million trade union members in 130 countries, anti-capitalist and anti-imperialist, calling for a free Palestine. The AFL-CIO National Office has ordered that we must disaffiliate from the World Federation of Trade Unions. They have ordered that it is not an option for the members of our union to democratically vote to affiliate to an anti-imperialist International Labor Federation. They told us we only may affiliate to the International Trade Union Confederation, the yellow CIA-backed international federation that the AFL-CIO is a part of.
Shame, shame.
If you look up, the International Trade Union Confederation in the last 2 years was responsible for the deaths of thousands of construction workers in Qatar, building the facilities to prepare for the World Cup. And the leadership, the General Secretary of the International Trade Union Confederation, was arrested in Europe for embezzling tens of thousands of dollars in bribes from the government of Qatar to stay quiet while workers were killed. We have no loyalty to corrupt union bosses. We have no loyalty to the International Trade Union Confederation. Our allegiance is to the militant and democratic and working class oriented World Federation of Trade Unions.
All right.
And for those that don't know, when the World Federation of Trade Unions was formed after World War II in 1945, it was the CIO in the United States that was a founding member of the WFTU, but because of the Red Scare, because of the Cold War attacks on union leaders, they split. They caved in, they quit the WFTU in 1949, merged with the AFL, and then formed this yellow federation, the ITUC. We call on all United States trade union leaders and activists, go back to your home local unions and educate your rank and file members. There exists a class-oriented, militant, anti-capitalist and anti-imperialist labor federation internationally, representing 100 million union members in 130 countries. We are only strong against our enemies when we are united across all lines. We cannot allow bourgeois nationalists to tell us who our friends are and who our enemies are. We support Palestine. We call for the end of apartheid in Israel and anywhere else. We call for the end of Israeli genocide against the Palestinian people. An injury to one is an injury to all. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
My name's Joey. I'm an organizer with Maine DSA and Little Dog Workers United, a small coffee shop back in Maine. Young people, people of the union movement, we are all seeing what's going on. Just yesterday, the U.S. vetoed a proposal to recognize Palestine as a sovereign member of the UN. Shame! And just yesterday, as a friend said earlier, hundreds of students at Columbia were arrested and suspended from the school they took on a massive debt to enroll at. Their crime? Protesting apartheid and genocide. We're seeing a careless disregard by our nation's talking heads for the horrors we can see right in front of our faces. And we're seeing the watered-down, empty slogans our political leaders are trying to craft to appease us. Humanitarian pause. That became ceasefire, but only for a few weeks. Tell me, what is a humanitarian pause when every school, hospital, and bakery is destroyed? A chance to reload? What is a ceasefire when all the bombs have already dropped and entire family trees have been wiped out? The politicians say they want peace. But peace for who? The capitalist politicians may have changed their rhetoric, but still continue to send over F-16s, bombs, and share military intelligence with Israel. But they want to do that without us making their lives harder. That's what peace means to them. We do not want peace for the bloodied hands of our political leaders. We want justice. We want to cut all military shipments to Israel. We want a permanent ceasefire. We want a secular, independent Palestinian state. We want justice. And until we get it, we will pressure leaders from the bottom up every goddamn step of the way. There will be no new normal while our tax dollars fund a genocide. Until there is justice, there will be no peace. No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
Thank you.
There is only one solution. Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution!
There is only one solution.
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution!
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada!
Globalize the intifada.
Globalize the intifada!
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada!
Globalize the intifada.
Globalize the intifada!
All right, I'd like to introduce our next speaker. He is marshalling. Gabriel, can you make your way to the front of the crowd?
Derek was right behind. And he's over here now. He's gonna find Brian. Brian? Brian.